My life before the bombs was a simple one, just a normal suburban life. My beautiful wife and our handsome son. It was a normal day, the same as any other really. When we got up, we would never have thought of the horrors that would happen that day. Who could have? I would never have thought that these were the last few minutes I would get to spend with my wife. If I did, would I have done anything differently? Yes, of course I would. Maybe let her know how much she meant to me. And how happy she made me feel with the birth of our son. My life changed with that explosion. And this is what is left behind: death, decay, despair, and the unavoidable sense of doom. I had found many new friends since waking up in the vault, and I was hoping to make some more soon. Everybody needed something in this world, and I was willing to help however I could. My training in the army before the war gave me a set of skills that were proving extremely valuable in the new world. Very few people I came across even had basic training, and people would pay anything for my help. There was disorder everywhere, and if I could help, I would always try.
They have to know they can't get away with that shit. Don't come any closer, friend. This doesn't concern you.
Please, help! They're going to kill me!
Shut up!
What's going on here?
This thing's a synth. That's what. We've been traveling with it for weeks. But then today he finally let slip that he's an Institute errand boy. The whole fucking time.
Because I thought you were my friends.
I'd never be friends with a damn synth.
You already were friends with the synth. Now please, just let me go.
You think I'm stupid? You're just gonna run off and get your Institute buddies to come put us down. That ain't happening, pal.
I'm not with the Institute. I ran away. I just need to get to Bunker Hill. Then, I swear I will never bother you again. Please. You believe me, right? You can't let them do this.
You need to let him go. Think about it. If he meant to hurt you, wouldn't he have done it already?
Maybe he's just biding his time. I don't know, and I don't care. But this thing is not walking away from here.
If he was with the Institute, don't you think killing him would just make them madder? Let him go. It's safer that way.
Jesus. You're right. Fine. But if I ever see you again, I'm putting one right between your eyes.
Oh my God. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Just get the hell out of here.
Synths. I'd come across this term before. At the time, I did not know how common that term would be to me in the future. What was that at the end of the road? One of those mutated cows, a Brahmin I believe they're called. But this one was being used to transport goods.
Yeah?
This Brahmin was owned by none other than Trash Can Carla, a bit of a character in this part of the world.
Hey there.
So what's your story? Looking to trade? Rob me? Or just ask directions to Diamond City?
Diamond City? Where's that?
Directions. Figures. Just keep going until you see the skyline. Cross the river. You'll find the Great Green Jewel just inside the city limits.
Hey, Carla.
Need to pick something up? Route's pretty long from here.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
I got a little bit of everything.
But our trading was cut short. It was an ambush. The raiders had been following Carla and were waiting for the right time to strike. Well, they thought this was the right time to strike. But they still did not know who they were dealing with. They soon would though. The whole Commonwealth would. Carla was brave, if not a bit foolish. Like most of this new world, just running straight into combat. The old military skills seemed dead to this world. I managed to get in some telling shots that should have downed the raider, but he seemed to shrug them off. I headed for cover. I'd seen this from many enemies now. Maybe the radiation has given certain individuals the ability to take far more damage than they ever should be allowed. Carla seemed to have had enough, and I don't blame her. She decided to run up the road now that the raiders' attentions was fixed solely on me. Me and Carla though would meet again, many times. I slowly edged my way towards the lone raider. He had lost my position, and if I could keep out of his eye line, then I would have a chance to get a better angle. Carla had killed his two friends and they would soon turn, so I had to be quick. The problem with my friends is their inability to hide, and the lone raider got a shot in at Codsworth, disabling him once more. I gave him no chance of getting any more shots off. He had been carrying a basic but very powerful rifle. This was my reward. It is here I had to leave Codsworth so he could finish his repairs. Once done, he would head back to Sanctuary. I had to keep heading on to make it to Corvega before nightfall. Down the road was a diner. Myself and Nora had eaten there many times. There was a very different scene there today, though.
He bought them fair and square, Trudy. Ain't our fault if he's strung out. Now don't make me come in there and shoot up that little trading post of yours. Whoa, whoa. Easy there, scammer. This doesn't involve you.
What's going on here?
That's a simple business dispute, got it? Trudy's sitting on a pile of goods that she owes me. I tried reasoning with her, but it looks like I gotta take what's mine by force. Want to make some easy money? Help me out. I could use another gun. Or maybe you think you can talk some sense into her.
Who's Trudy?
See that diner right in front of us? Trudy owns the place. She's converted it into a small shop. I sell her chems, she gives me caps and parts I need. And when her son Patrick had his 18th birthday, I might have sold him some jet. Then some more. Then a lot more. Now he's in debt.
Scumbag. You made him an addict.
Yeah, I've heard it before. Look, he wanted a product, I sold him a product. And I expect to get paid for my product. Now you gonna help us out, or what?
I'll talk to her. Maybe we can work this out.
Appreciate it. If things go sideways, we'll back you up.
I had no intention of helping this wolf gang, but I was not going to tell him this. I needed to speak to Trudy to find out what she knows before turning this into a shooting gallery.
Hey.
I saw you in that poison cellar talking. Well, he ain't getting his money. Period.
I want to help you, Trudy. What can I do?
Get rid of Wolfgang. I don't know what he offered you, but I'll pay you 100 caps to kill that jet-selling scumbag.
All right, Trudy. I'll get rid of him.
Thank you. I'll back you up from here. Go get him.
Wolfgang seemed to have got the sense that things were not going to go his way, the two of them ready to start firing, but they were in the open and completely unprepared for my attack. I could pick my shots, and I dropped them before they could even retaliate. I had a feeling I'd made the right choice, although it was always hard to tell in this new world.
Feeding on that scumbag. Here, this is for you. Now, if you ever need to trade, my shop's open. I can rest easy knowing that Wolfgang is rotten in hell. Thank you. Do you need anything?
You got things covered from here?
Yeah. It's gonna take my son a while to get off the chems, but we'll make it. We always do. Now, let's get back to business. You need anything for the road?
the 2 naked corpses come stumbling towards me. I was getting good at this killing. No, Trudy, I don't need anything.
Just browsing for now.
Never take a hit at Jed again, I swear.
I moved away from the diner and closer to the ruins of Lexington, and the bleak shadows from Corvega were getting bigger. But the Commonwealth had something else it wanted to show me. My first rad storm. The settlers at Sanctuary had warned me of these terrible threats from Mother Nature. And I knew I had to find shelter soon, or I would start taking large amounts of radiation damage. Ideally, I needed to get underground. Was it an old memory sent to help me out, or was it just blind luck that I came across the old sewer entrance? And I headed inside to escape the storm. Once inside, myself and Dogmeat headed deeper to make sure we were alone and safe. This exploration would not take long. The door locked by a terminal barred our way. At the time, I could only wonder what was behind the door. Of course now I know, but then it was still a mystery to me. But we were safe to wait out the storm here.
Won't be able to hack this.
I just wish I'd brought some playing cards with me. After a few hours, the storm passed, and the night had drawn in. This was what I was trying to avoid, attacking Corvega at night. But maybe the cover of darkness would give me that chance to get a look at Corvega's defences. It did, and they were vast. Zombies in Lexington. At the time I did not know their numbers, but I had to assume there would be many of them. I'd gotten closer to Corvega than I thought would be possible without being spotted, but visibility was poor and no attack could happen tonight. So I headed further up the downed highway to see if I could get a better look. I'd come across a bed and a cooking station. This was someone's home. Someone stupid enough to have a place this close to Corvega as their home? But there was no sign of them now, and I needed a rest. If Codsworth was still here, he could have guarded me while I slept. But me and Dogmeat would have to do the best we could with each other's help. All I would need was a few hours sleep, just enough to see me into the morning. Then I would find a way into this Corvega plant. The morning had brought with it a change in the weather. The air was full of ash. This world truly was a horrific place to live. I tried to stay hidden while I scouted out the defences. There was far too many of them to make an assault on the front entrance. I would need to be smarter. I needed to find the back door, or maybe an entrance from underground. I decided to head down to Lexington and find out how many zombies would be between me and Corvega. I moved as carefully through the ruins as I could, but visibility was getting worse. I would have to find shelter if this weather did not get better anytime soon. But no matter how careful I was not able to move past the zombies without drawing their attention. I would need to deal with them before the commotion attracted the raiders. The gunshots could be heard from a long distance. I wanted to finish the zombies fast and then get away before the raiders came to find out what all the noise was about. One of the zombies, though, was getting all the luck. Well, as much luck as a dead person could get, I suppose. Once Dogmeat was patched up, we headed deeper into Lexington. Another bloody storm was on the way. That was it, we had no choice now. We had to find a way into the sewers, and into Corvega. Even if it was just to get out of the storm. And then there it was, a large pipe that had to go into the sewers, and it was right underneath Corvega. I had to take a better look. The pipe had been broken, and someone had marked it. This way had already been used at least once. I was not sure where the pipe would lead, but out of hope that it would get us to our destination, I headed on in. But the main thing was, it got us out of that storm. Zombies in the pipe this size. Maybe the front door was not too bad an idea after all. With all the lights and the sounds, I could tell there was a gun turret outside the pipe. The raiders must have noticed this back way into Corvega and tried to fill it. This would test all my training. The pistol just could not do the damage that I needed. I would have to change to something with a little bit more of a kick. Dogmeat had once again headed on in and gotten himself hurt. But my pipe shotgun was doing the job. That was until some old friends came down to find out what all the noise was about. One down, but I could hear more of them in the room beyond. I could not afford to get swarmed in this tunnel. I needed to be at my best, and my luckiest. And I was. I needed out of this tunnel fast. I was about to be swarmed by 3 fresh zombies. The turret would need to be destroyed fast. and with a satisfying explosion, it was gone. And I was free, at least for now. And as I tended to Dogmeat, they all started to turn one after the other. And one after the other, I would need to put them down. Dogmeat was starting to recover just as I dropped the last zombie. My adventure into Corvega had just started. And I hope you enjoyed this chapter in my story of my life trying to survive the horror after the fallout. If you all liked, please leave a like and subscribe to never miss a part of this tale. Please comment below or on Facebook or Twitter with all the links in the description. I'm Shaun, Insane in the Game, and this was Fallout 4, and I hope to see you all one day in the safe zone.